Boys, welcome back.
Welcome back, Jake.
Welcome back, Burns.
Welcome back, Coxie.
Jeff.
Watch Your Lips podcast.
Welcome back to the
we're
mainland.
To the mainland.
Hey.
Jeff was in
Mahalo.
Maui,
Yes.
Mahalo.
looking to buy part of the
Lucky guy.
island.
Yeah,
That's where we're going to
Upgrade his portfolio.
trying.
Okay.
I didn't succeed.
No, well,
No.
Don't you have
Maybe.
to be a resident there to buy property or something?
You can buy timeshares, Burns.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like
That's property.
land.
Oh, actual land?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine. Yes. I don't know. I didn't look into it. Jake's just,
I thought you were going to buy that mountain that you talked about.
no, not going to buy a mountain.
You move mountains.
That's right. you beat me to it, pal. You beat me to it.
what are we drinking, fellas?
We're
This
drinking
is,
a little. Go ahead, Jeff. What are we drinking?
What are you drinking, Jeffrey?
What's the song? Hazy Little Thing. Is that right? Is there a song?
I mean, we can make it up with what we're drinking.
She's a hazy little thing.
Sounds like it could be a song. I don't know. Who sings it?
I don't know.
What was that? Are you okay?
Yes.
What
I'm
you had some of
excited
that
to be
Maui
back.
Wowie over there, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I had a lot of Mai Tais though, dude. A lot of Mai Tais.
How many do you think in
Oh,
total?
God.
You were there, what, 7 days?
Yeah, our bar bill was like $2,000. Not. Yeah, but I mean the kids ate on it too, and they
Yeah.
were drinking smoothies every like hour and a half.
Right. Like you were drinking your Mai Tais.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they start flowing over there, it's just like,
You know the thing is that you just don't get that messed up. in
no, you
Hawaii.
don't, because they're
Like
full
you're
of
in the
juice.
sun all day and then sweating it out. So
Well, in those resorts, they don't put much alcohol.
they
in
do
those.
when you double them up, Burns.
Well,
I double everything up.
I've learned that.
That's the trick.
You have to get doubles, yeah. And if you're a blended like drink guy, if you like pina coladas, you got to get the dark rum floater
That's a
on the
song.
top.
I'm sorry, but that's a song. If you like pina coladas.
Yeah.
I don't.
She's my hazy little thing.
That's our song, our theme song.
It's not what it's called.
Caleb should make a song.
But there is a song that is very similar to that. But Jake, what episode?
I have no clue. 59?
59.
Oh,
Is that right?
I think it's 59, yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Who cares,
Could
you
be
know?
60.
It's another
I was
one.
going to say 69, but
It's another one.
Not quite, Burns.
not quite. I can't wait for that one.
I might be at the last one.
Probably,
There.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's sad.
it's good to be back,
yeah.
Burns. They follow us where?
On Twitter and Instagram at Watcher_Lips. On TikTok at WatcherLips. Watch us on YouTube. Subscribe. Like us. Give us 5 stars.
Download it everywhere.
Download it. This really matters to us, right, guys?
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Yes.
big deal. It
It
helps.
is a big deal.
Share it.
It makes it to where we will go beyond 69 episodes.
Probably.
Yes.
Just saying.
And if you're watching,
So what happened while I was gone?
there's
I really did.
So,
I checked out completely.
well,
That's
first
nice.
off, it's 4th of July was this week, so happy 4th to everybody.
Happy 4th.
America.
Let's see. Well, you know what? You had this Titan submarine story.
I did see that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was pretty idiotic of that group, huh?
I mean, in all, due respect to the lives that were lost.
Well, I'm not saying that they, I don't
That
feel
was
bad for
stupid.
the people, but it was dumb.
I mean,
Wasn't the
I'm
idea
not
dumb,
doing it.
Jake?
Yeah, I'm not. Why?
Yeah, it was really dumb.
Give me the
I don't get
background
it.
of this.
I don't
So
get
it
it.
was a CEO and the
CEO
5 people that
It was
he
like
didn't
2
like in his
billionaires,
company.
right?
No, there people paid to be on this, $250,000
Okay.
to go on this expedition with this guy. And it was like 2 or 3 billionaires, one of their sons, and the son wanted to be the first one to solve a Rubik's Cube
Underwater.
at the bottom of the ocean. That's why he went. So $250,000 to, and
Is he
he's-
one of those kids that can do it in like 9 seconds?
Yeah, he had it set up with the Guinness Book of World Records
was
and everything.
he one of those kids?
Past tense.
Yes. I said was.
Which is worse, really?
I didn't mean it that way,
Yeah,
Jake.
No,
I
I'm
didn't-
saying mine. Like even correcting that sounds
Yeah,
like
that
your
sounds
real
like-
piece of shit thing to do.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I mean, no.
As you were.
I was just,
Hajime. Yes, there it is.
no, I was just wondering if he was one of those kids that
yeah, I believe he was.
could do it in 9 seconds, so he really didn't need to be down there that long.
But have you seen those competitions?
Yes.
Like I think Dave Portnoy, did you see that? He commented on there was a kid that was timed, broke some record, and his take was, well, the kid got to examine for a handful of seconds before he was on the clock. He didn't just grab it and solve it.
Right.
Can you guys solve one?
No, hell no.
And I don't know how you
can
look
Yeah.
at.
There's no. I'm going to tell you guys.
He could throw a football over that mountain there.
You make the daisy. You find the center.
Just fast
white,
forward.
You find the center white cube.
Mm-hmm.
You make a daisy, which is yellow on each corner, and then you make a white cross. And then after that, it's very easy to do. And I can show you guys. I can actually.
And we need to record it.
I can't do it in 9 seconds. No, it would take me about 20 minutes. We're not going to record.
Well, we'll time
me
lapse
doing
it.
20
we'll do
minutes.
all that. Right.
But that's fine. I mean, I can.
Well,
do
I
it.
mean, you said we want to see
we need
it.
proof, and
I have
and
one
the
in my
people
truck.
Need proof.
Well,
yeah,
all right, we're gonna be right back.
Do you want me to go get it?
Yeah.
If you want, I
swear I have one in my truck.
You said you could
Why?
do it.
From the kids.
Because it's a stress reliever.
I would.
That would stress me out.
No,
That would just piss me off.
Yeah,
not when you know what
exactly.
you're doing. It's
but
when you don't know and you're just moving shit and you're making it worse.
How'd you learn that?
I can't remember. Maybe my cousin Brian.
Huh.
A long time ago.
If that works, that's genius.
It does work. It's a daisy, then a white cross,
Yeah, you have to show
and then
us.
you can solve it after that.
Well,
and then
I
it's
don't.
pretty much the same move.
Unfortunately,
Boom,
I don't
boom,
think the kid
boom.
set the world record.
It's not time for jokes, Burns.
It wasn't a joke. I don't know if
Pretty
he did
insensitive
It. I don't
of
know
you.
if he did
So
it before.
what
maybe?
was this submarine? He made it.
No, it wasn't even a submarine.
It was like a propane tank with people in it,
yes.
at a window,
Yes.
and an Xbox 360 controller.
Which they
Are
say.
you fucking kidding me?
No, but they say that those.
It wasn't.
They used
It
that-
wasn't large. In fact,
So it wasn't tested in the water.
I believe
ever?
it has taken dives before. It
Yes.
had.
But every time they've taken a dive, they've
Something
lost
went wrong?
Yeah, they've lost communication with the boat that's up above. Every single time. This guy that's done it like 3 or 4 times, that's what he's saying. He's like, we never have communication. Look it up.
Have you heard any of the conspiracy stuff to this? Because obviously it was tragic, and
Was it like controlled suicide? Or
when
something?
you see things that people have posted that implode, it's gnarly, right? It's
Oh, gosh, yeah.
it's crazy.
Like they should be in there. There should be no.
It's
body
instant.
parts.
Like you know what I mean? Like you don't process.
It just-
it's just
Like that, it's
done. But somebody, I saw it on TikTok, and somebody was like, out of everything you see, like nobody filmed this thing going in the water. Nobody filmed them getting
I
locked.
thought that they had it.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen
It may be-
anything.
It may be older stuff. But
Yeah, I'm saying this particular, like, who doesn't have? There's nothing.
Well, they filmed every other one. So if
So
that's the
educate me.
case,
How did they die?
It
it
imploded.
imploded.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
so,
why somebody was saying like it was like they can't even process like what they just instant death.
I saw a
Jeez.
rail car or like a
Yeah,
and they showed it imploding at a much lesser rate.
yeah.
right?
The pressure wasn't
Yeah.
even
And
near what it would have been.
It was just like poof, gone.
But the other thing too that I'd heard
unfortunate.
is that they said that the military or the Navy knew the day before.
I
did see that. There was some.
And I'm like, why didn't they were still pretending to search?
Oh yeah, that yes, I
and
did
like
see
using
that.
resources
Right.
and
Well, it was,
then people like if you knew, report like let's end it.
well, at the same time that this took place, there was a huge boat. I don't know where, but there was like 500 immigrants. It was somewhere over Africa or somewhere like that. That it went under, and they can't find anybody. Same time.
Couldn't find 1 out of 500.
They may have found 1 or 2, but they found the bodies. But they
Oh.
died. All of these people died, and there was very little news coverage of that. It was all about this, which doesn't really make sense. Like, yeah, it's really sad. It's really odd what happened, but why are we talking about them when there's that going on?
Or at least
This
all
is
of
very interesting to me.
it. Why?
I mean, if they had went down 2 or 3 different times and lost contact, like
Yeah.
They've obviously done this before, and
every time I
that's
drive
pretty
my
adventurous.
my car, my brakes don't work.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It's good.
Right.
just keep driving that car.
Yeah.
James Cameron, the filmmaker, he's taken the tour, but he did it on his own vessel successfully.
I don't care to see the Titanic.
But it's a big thing. These rich people love going down there.
I know they want to go to the moon on what's his name's Virgin Airlines.
Didn't they take a trip
I think
to
they
space?
did, yeah, or I don't know how far
Sounds
they
like
actually
you
went.
guys are taking a trip to space right now.
No, it really.
No, I know.
I know. What else happened? This wasn't while you were gone, but today I heard they found cocaine in the White House. Some cocaine.
Let's get this conspiracies
Really?
going with that.
Word it was in the West Wing as well, where they don't take tours.
Where'd you read that?
Dude, it was all over the place.
I've heard.
Is
not
it in
that.
Hunter's
Dude,
bedroom?
they were it was the
It's in Hunter's bedroom.
no,
It's
you
right
have you
between
didn't see
Hunter and
this?
Joe.
You don't believe
What's
me?
that? I believe that you've heard that, but I've
No,
heard
it
the
was
opposite.
out. It's out. Today is the
But-
story.
Yeah, and I've heard the opposite, that it's a place where it's very frequented by guests, visitors, staff, all of that.
What is?
The place that they found it. It's like not some random place.
So you're not questioning that there was cocaine at the White
Oh,
House?
there's cocaine at the White House. They
Okay.
tested it. They did all of that.
Right.
I'm not questioning
Oh, okay.
that at all. I'm questioning where it was found and how
They said
frequented
that there is certain staff. It's the administration offices side. They're just saying it's not open to the public.
And
What is there to investigate?
Where does that fall into scrutiny?
Huh?
of
Say
the-
that one again. What
Say
did
that.
you say?
Scrutiny.
Is it? What is it? Birdsey.
scrutiny?
It's
Yeah,
scrutiny.
scrutiny. That's what I said.
I'm gonna pass out. That was funny. Woo.
So where does that fall, though?
What do you mean?
If we're going to scrutinize Trump for taking, documents to, where was it?
I'm gonna stop you there. I think that's a stretch to try and compare the two things.
No, I'm not comparing him, Burns. I'm asking, where does that fall?
Well, I think they're going to
in-
do a full investigation into it.
Into the cocaine?
Yeah, that's what they said.
I mean, you can tell me there's not cameras.
Yeah,
how long does this need to
exactly.
take? This should have been over hours ago.
Yeah,
Well,
we
How many fucking people actually get access to that and that not monitored? How do you get coke in
how did Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg smoke weed in the White House?
the bathroom?
Yeah. You know how he did it? He said he fired up some napkins first to see if anything would happen, and then nothing happened, and he fired up that joint and just hit it. I just saw an interview about it today.
Well,
2016. That
we'll see where
happened.
this goes. Probably
So you're
nowhere.
saying it should be at least scrutinized.
What do you? Okay,
Yeah.
can I ask this? Whose cocaine do you guys think it is?
I don't know.
I don't know, Burns. I just heard this right now. I don't know whose it is.
Okay.
But the fact that it's fucking there
Yeah.
in the White House
Do you think
is
that's
not,
the first time? Do you think a president's ever had it in the White House?
Of course.
Has somebody been dumb enough to get caught? No.
Well, nobody's caught yet with this. They just
Well, they
forgot
know
it. They're
it's
probably
there.
pissed that they left their coca.
I guess Biden and family were not in the White House or at the White House.
Once, see, I saw something that
they
said,
left,
Wow,
they
it
left
was-
the door open.
but
They've
for the
been
thug
gone.
to
They
come in.
haven't been around. So there was.
I saw something where it said that Hunter Biden was there on like July 4th, and they're trying to
Maybe
say that it was him.
Maybe. Well, I'm. Who knows? I mean, would you believe them, regardless of what story they tried to tell you?
That's what I was going to say. You said it should have been figured out right away. Well, they're going to spin it. They've got to make sure all the stories are
I know.
okay.
That's my point.
But
My point is there is no need for an invest. They know whose it is. They know where it came from.
Yeah.
You're never gonna know.
Yeah.
And whatever story you're gonna hear, it ain't the real one.
No.
It ain't the true story. That's all.
I think it's that speaker that's always on TV.
Who?
Who, Joe Biden?
No, he does
Because
not
he's,
speak.
he's
He
always
doesn't
on
speak.
TV bumbling.
And
He's
falling.
mumbles from Dick
And
Tracy.
falling. No, the press secretary.
Yeah, they were grilling her today about it.
I don't think it's hers. I was joking, but yeah, she.
Don't
is,
You
start
just-
throwing out.
She's.
No, you said you did
accusations.
think it was hers.
Well,
Just say you were joking. It's okay to joke. We can tell jokes on here.
But no accusations.
No, no, we're not trying to get.
We're
it
not-
was yours.
we're not
Jacob
accusing.
was there.
We're not gonna be
Jake was in
accusatory.
DC. Jake was in
Okay.
DC.
I was NBC.
DC,
Then okay.
District of Columbia.
All righty.
You heard of it?
All righty. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
If you're still with us, thank you.
Yeah. What else do we got, Jake?
Burns,
While I was gone.
No, not while you were gone, but he had an interesting topic. It was today, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
We were talking about, because the lotto is what?
I think it's like 564 for Powerball.
5, 6.
Keep waving that fucking gnat over here.
No,
Yeah, you keep it going this way.
It's probably a
Stop that.
the best though is that the people listening they can't see it,
No.
and the people watching
They can see it.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
they
can
see you
see
doing
hand
this.
gestures.
They see you guys doing this like
That's
a bunch of
Miyagi.
goofballs.
Miyagi catching flies.
Yeah, so
560 something
500
million
plus.
Burns.
530
Yes.
million plus.
500 million plus.
500 million.
Okay.
Plus.
The take home you said was like 276 or something, right?
The lump sum.
Yeah.
So my question is,
So between the three of us, we said it was almost 90 million.
yes,
Okay.
it was 88 if we were to split it. So my question is, when you win that, what's the first like big sporting thing you're going to splurge on? Sports events, anything?
Pooh.
Because we all know, like,
I mean, are you going to me first?
well, whoever, but everybody always says, "Oh, I'm going to get a private jet. I'm going to get a mansion." Blah,
What does
blah,
that have to
blah.
do with sports?
That's what I'm saying. So instead of talking about what you would buy first, what sporting event or sporting out excursion?
Jake?
So I did answer this, to be fair.
Yes.
My original was I would buy season tickets to every pro sports team for football and baseball. Not bad.
Every team.
Every team.
Jake, there's only one of you.
Yeah.
So you would sell them? You would
No,
sell all the ones
no,
that you
I would-
couldn't go to?
Well, he
I
would have
maybe.
his private jet already.
Okay, but most of the games are around the same time, Burns.
Yes.
So
I
you
know.
can only be
I
in
don't
one
have to-
place
I
at one
don't-
time.
And what's funny about this is that for football, there's more teams than there are weeks in a season.
Yeah.
So you got to go to some Mondays, some Thursdays.
Right.
You got to hit them all.
You
Yeah.
got to hit
You
it.
might be able to get all of them.
Once.
That's
once.
interesting.
Yeah.
Or, you give them away. No, if I'm that rich, here's make some family happy,
Yeah.
you know?
I like it. You said that was your original. Did you have a secondary?
I'm working on one
Oh, okay.
still. Probably to have I don't know, either to sponsor a NASCAR team or own a World of Outlaws sprint car team. And that's really boring. Nobody cares. So I don't know if I want to dive into it.
I mean, 80
I like
million wouldn't buy me into the Dolphins.
No.
But 550 would.
Yeah.
Are you saying you wouldn't split?
No, we're splitting it. It's 80 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get season tickets to Florida Gators and Miami Dolphins. And I would spend the entire, from September to about February in Miami and Gainesville.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
like
would
it.
do.
Yeah.
What would you do? Sports.
So what I would do is I would obviously have a PJ of some sort, right? Private jet. I wouldn't buy it.
No.
It's
I wouldn't
not.
buy it.
It's
no,
sports.
I'm already out.
And I would fly to St. Andrews, play there. If it happened today, I would go to the British Open in 2 weeks. And then I'd come back and play golf.
Okay, Burns, but
Pebble Beach, try and figure out a way
you can't
onto
spend the money on the
Augusta.
private jet. We talked about this.
No.
It was your idea. It was a
Okay,
sporting event.
so I'm going to fly over to
There
St.
you
Andrews.
go. There you go.
Maybe I'll go by boat. A
But
yacht.
you could do
Maybe
that
a
now.
yacht. Maybe
you could
the
do
yacht
that now.
I
How
bought.
much would that cost to go to St. Andrews?
Well, yes, but I couldn't do it like tomorrow. If I won, I would. This is a trip I would be taking within the week.
Yeah, you'd retire and then just go
Yeah.
to St. Andrews and then figure it out when you get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to hit all the
I like
pubs.
that.
That's a sporting event.
Why would you go play?
You know what? Why don't we put a little portion in to elevate the dogs? Just a small piece from all
Yeah.
three of us.
Yeah.
You know, just a small chunk.
Yeah, I'm
To
down with
elevate
that.
the Fresno State Bulldogs.
How much you thinking? 10?
10.
a piece?
10 each.
30 mil?
1,000? Oh, 30 mil? Yeah.
No, not 1,000 Burns. We're trying to elevate.
I'm kidding.
Bastard.
I'm kidding.
It's more than
I'd give him 15.
it's your jet fuel. God,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
even.
Exactly.
So we'd use 10 million to elevate the dogs. You're buying whatever you have left.
I wonder how much
After that.
season tickets would cost for
Probably not that much, honestly.
couple. What,
Couple
like
grand.
you think? Nah, more than that. See, for every
maybe 5-6 grand, depending on
How
where
many
you want
per-
your
how many
seats
each
at.
team?
what would it be for like an NFL team? You think for a season one?
10 grand.
Okay.
8 to 10 grand probably.
So you're talking what, 300 G's just for football? So you're
That's
probably
not
you're
bad.
probably $500,000 for football and baseball. That ain't it's 90 mil. That ain't
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Drop in the
buy
bucket.
them all.
Yeah,
That's right.
front
Leave 'em
row.
empty.
That's
Front
Leave
row.
'em
Row.
empty, muff.
Yeah, with my own snack bar. Shit. I want to throw out the first pitch at
there
every
you go.
fucking
That's what we
stadium.
There
should
you
do,
go.
Is I want my own snack bar
Yeah.
at every stadium.
Come
next
down to
my
Sally's
seat.
snack bar.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, then.
All right.
Then I don't even know how far I really want to get into this, or at all. I was flipping through the TVs. This is why you're in Hawaii, and Straight Outta Compton was on the TV,
Okay.
and I had not seen it, but it's TV. But whatever. You know,
NWA, Easy.
fan of NWA and
Yeah.
Ice Cube and Easy and
And
Dre.
his son's on it.
Yeah.
In it.
And so I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. Well, it was on the BET network,
Okay.
which really is irrelevant and doesn't matter. And then some commercials came on, and I was like, okay, different. Like I was just thinking, like, well, these aren't the commercials that you see on like TBS
What do you mean
or
by
like
that?
Fox News. This is why I'm not sure I really want to
Well,
get.
and then they're not My Pillows.
Yes, it's not a My Pillow commercial
No
or
Snuggles.
yeah, you're not. You know,
Smokey the Bear's
Or
not
the
on there.
retirement thing on Fox
like
News.
sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Does
know,
your body
Viagra.
Nutrisystem, Viagra. Get it from 4 Hymns. Yeah.
just like people. Like racism's a hot word. Obviously, the trans stuff's always a hot button. But like, people talk about stereotypes. Whatever culture background you're from, I'm Hispanic. There's plenty of stereotypes. What are some? I mean, there's probably a lot more white, just hillbillies.
Oh yeah.
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 Honkies.
Honky.
Redneck.
White trash.
Cracker.
But I mean,
Okie.
I'm talking about stereotypes.
Ditch bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were asking for those.
It's not a name them
Burns
all
is like-
contest. Mom, look what I can do. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
But the commercials were I was just kind of, my eyes kind of like, whoa. And then my wife came out and watched, and she's like, well, these are different commercials. But I mean, we have kids, so we're watching different channels. It just,
So you're saying it would be racist towards.
No, it's geared toward. So I thought about it a lot.
well, that's who you
After we
advertise
talked-
to.
Yeah, you're
yes.
advertising to your base.
Of
with
course.
that. Just like the military, when they're trying to recruit people, they advertise to what's going on
Sure.
for the younger crowd. Right?
I mean, one of them made me upset. And but then it's like, you're making it a problem, right?
Right.
And I was like, so that's why I was like, I'm not sure I want to
Dude,
get
no. Here's the thing. Like, there is nothing on TV that could ever make me upset.
not upset,
Ever.
but like, I don't know.
Like, I don't even get like.
Real
I
Housewives
don't watch
does
like
it?
I won't watch CNN
Vanderpump
because
Rules
that probably
doesn't?
would upset me, but I don't watch it. So
No Vanderpump for me.
It doesn't get you upset at times. You've gotten heated watching those shows with your wife.
What
right?
was the other one you said?
Burns. I just
Real Housewives.
I don't watch them.
Oh.
I play like old man games on my phone, dude, like Pinochle and Solitaire.
But
and
you know,
stuff when
every
that
once in a
shit's
while
on.
when they're like yelling at each other, you're like, "Oh, I don't like her."
I don't think
She
it, I
upsets
don't know
me.
if it,
She's a
I'd
bitch.
categorize.
I mean,
it
let's
as
just
it would
go.
upset
Listen,
me.
every
You
husband.
keep saying everything upsets me. This is the second episode in a row.
Every
sorry, I don't
husband-
mean to upset you.
Every husband watches these shows with most. Maybe not every,
Yes.
but a lot do. So what? I mean, which one are you referring to?
Oh, there's just been times throughout all of the different.
You
ones
sound
of
like you're a
the season.
watcher of the E Network.
Oh yeah, I love it.
All right.
Bravo.
Andy
Bravo,
Cohen.
there you
I
go.
like Andy Cohen. He's awesome. I think he's really funny. I think he does good interviews. And
So you watch the interviews too, dude?
dude,
You
I
watch the
watch a
end?
reunion. Yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
shit.
I watch it all.
So you
Oh,
watched
dude,
that
no.
show he does after the show?
I have
Which
watched
is a
it.
reunion.
I have
no,
the
like-
Watch What Happens live.
Oh shit, he
Dude,
knows
I
the
know it.
name, bro.
Yeah. Dude, you guys missed out on.
No, I
a
don't think
guilty
we
pleasure.
did.
No,
yeah,
you
I didn't.
did.
And that's
You did.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I don't
mean,
care.
if that's a
Guilty,
guilty
pleasure,
for you,
244. Burnsy likes Bravo.
You know what else was good was when Andy Cohen on New Year's Eve was, and you guys, I know the general feeling about Anderson Cooper, but the two of them,
he was the mole.
the two of them on New Year's Eve, when they let them drink, they didn't let them drink this year, but in previous years they would get smashed and just act a fool. It was good. That's my
I
2
liked
cents.
him on the Mole.
Who?
Anderson Cooper. When did you guys ever watch that show? It was like a reality show.
Yeah, I remember. I never watched it, but I remember it. Yeah.
He was good? Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah. It was actually entertaining for about a year.
It's funny when you watch some of these people away from the political stuff, they can be entertaining. I can't stand Anderson Cooper most times.
Didn't know that.
Moving
you learn
on.
something
Moving on
new
from Anderson Cooper.
every day. Really, the last thing, it being 4th of July, I've seen a ton of this. And it was going towards Joey Chestnut, the athlete that people have been saying. But it was Bussin' with the Boys. It was Josh Allen with him. And they were talking about, for their wings, blue cheese
100%.
versus ranch.
100% blue cheese.
And Will Compton is not a blue cheese fan. It's garbage, and I quote. While Josh Allen and the Buffalo Nation are a very much blue cheese people, which is fine.
I'm right there with him.
Which is fine. I'm not a fan at all.
You don't like blue cheese?
Not even on whatever those salads are. What are they?
Oh, I'll do creamy and dry.
Oh, see, I can't do all that business.
Do that again? With that authority.
I'll do creamy and dry.
I know you will.
And dry. Creamy and dry.
Yeah, blue cheese is the best dressing there is.
You're joking. Like
No, 100% not joking.
At Round Table Ranch in high school, come on. Nothing beat that.
Dude, if Round Table had blue cheese, I would have got blue cheese.
They do have blue cheese.
Not like
they had
the
a
ranch.
salad bar.
That ranch
See,
was
but-
better. You know why?
Their ranch.
It's not mayo based. Their ranch is not mayo based.
I don't know. I didn't get
Just
into
look at a
the
normal
weeds.
ranch and then look at theirs. There's no thickness, Burns. There's no girth to their ranch.
Between him and his Rubik's Cubes.
There's no girth to their ranch, Burns.
I mean,
So you like lumpy stuff in your salad
I like blue
dressing.
cheese.
Across the board. Like no matter what.
No matter what, if I'm ordering a salad, it's blue cheese 100% of the time.
You
If
don't
they
do
have
the
it.
wet dry,
I have.
that Italian?
Yeah, if they don't have the creamy, yes.
what's so funny, Burns?
I just thought that's what she said.
Good Lord.
You thought that, but he
if you're
didn't say
still
it.
listening,
Now he said it.
again, we appreciate it. Thank you.
No, but ranch.
Okay, but
100%.
getting into you mentioned this to me earlier. What's his name? The hot dog champion?
Oh, Joey Chestnut.
Yeah. He is not an athlete. Okay? Eating wieners for a living is not a pro sport. So I don't care what anybody says, dude. This guy is not a pro athlete. He's not.
I agree.
Like,
I
no,
don't
there's
think
people
so.
arguing the fact that
Did
he's
the word
an
wiener,
athlete.
or was it
The way that he
it
said
was
it.
eating wieners?
It was the eating wieners.
Yes. Well, that's what he does. I mean, he might have
There's
a day
a lot
job.
of people that do.
He
that.
probably has a day job. He does this at night. but no, seriously though, the guy ate like 59 wieners, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
Every-
I thought it was 69 wieners.
Okay, but he ate a lot.
Our
He ate a lot of
13-year-old
wieners.
audience.
He ate a lot of wieners, right? Okay, what? There's no fun in that.
You don't enjoy a good condiments
well, yeah.
on your wiener?
Okay, so that's one thing that you can't ever put on your wiener. Wiener is
Condoms
dude.
or condiments.
This guy, I've seen him do this, and it disgusts me.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the worst.
Jacob, really?
Jake's put mayonnaise on a hot dog before in front of me.
Do you
When?
really?
I know you're a mustard guy on your hot
when
dog.
did I ever do that?
We were in like
He's so
high school
full
or
of shit,
something, dude.
Go get the Rubik's Cube,
no,
you
we're
lying
like
ass.
after a Babe Ruth game, and he's like squirting mayonnaise all over it, and I'm sitting
How was
there.
that?
You got the
How is it
wrong chubby Mexican.
No, you like mayonnaise though.
I do like mayonnaise. I
Yeah,
don't
on a
put
hot
mayonnaise.
dog.
No, I don't put mayonnaise on my
Nobody
hot dogs.
I don't mind mayonnaise, but never on
I
a
mean,
hot
I'm
dog.
not saying I wouldn't.
Not on my steaming wiener.
I mean, have you had a bologna sandwich with mayonnaise on it?
I hate bologna.
I hate mayonnaise. I love bologna.
So you like wieners, too.
He loves that.
I like a good hot dog.
Look, when he talks about himself, it's a hot dog.
Yeah, it's a hot dog.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut.
Who doesn't like a good hot dog?
We digress. Where were we? Wiener. I can't say it. Like
You know what though?
12-year-old.
What's funny is, and I've always found this is funny, is like, do you know anybody that just doesn't like hot dogs? Will not touch a hot dog. Can you name anybody?
No.
My son doesn't. Tanner.
Because you didn't feed him to him when he was a kid.
Oh, dude, that was the cheapest way to feed him. Of course I did.
And is that why he doesn't like them?
I mean, he'll eat it, so I guess he's not a good example.
Yeah. If he goes to a baseball game, will he get a hot dog?
Possibly. If they have nachos, pizza, other options, he's choosing those.
I just find that as one universal food that most people like. It's like the worst fucking thing you can
it's
eat.
terrible. I never want to
And most people like it.
I got to ask you something. If you were a hot dog,
Would you eat yourself?
would you eat yourself?
I know I would.
Mustard?
Yeah, relish.
Spam. Did you eat that while you were over there?
No. But Kendall said, hey, can we go to McDonald's? I want to try the Spam McMuffin. And I'm like, no.
Did you tell her that's disgusting? Why don't you put mayonnaise on
I'm
it?
like, if you want a Spam McMuffin, I'll make you one at home, and you'll take one bite of it, and you won't want it.
I've never had Spam. Have you?
Yeah, right out of the can.
Yeah? Yeah.
No, I haven't had it, no.
Right out of the can.
Yeah.
College?
No. Kid.
Oh. Oh, Stevie
My
was
grandfather's
like,
house.
oh, you're oh.
Yeah,
Not grilled
he
or
didn't have
anything?
much in the
Probably from
cupboard.
like 1940s and shit.
He didn't have much in the cupboard. It was like Spam or sardines, and I chose Spam at that time.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, no, Joey Chestnut is not a...
Does anybody argue, is he an athlete, Burns?
Chestnuts? No.
Kobayashi?
But I will say the way those guys...
What's the difference?
Well,
Well, he was athletic looking. He was in good shape, right?
That doesn't matter. He's
I
eating
didn't-
wieners.
I'm just...
wait, they ate... But they don't just eat wieners.
no,
they
they
eat
eat
other...
a lot of stuff. They prep all
Did
year.
you? I saw the thing on ESPN at 30 for 30. They were eating like a whole turkey.
Is it on the Ocho, or did it actually make the ESPN network?
What, almost canceled? It canceled. and
Weather
then
delay,
canceled.
right, for eating?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah. They couldn't move it indoors. I thought that was
Right.
odd, too.
Yeah.
You know, you're eating food.
you,
I mean, seriously.
you like your wieners indoors.
It's hot dogs.
Oh, yeah, your hot
I
dogs.
don't
I'm
answer
sorry.
those. I don't answer those type of questions.
I mean, considering ESPN fired everybody, yeah.
I wanted to get into a little bit of fantasy football, though.
Who'd they fire, Jake?
Where have you been?
Max Kellerman, Steve Young, Susie Colbert,
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose. Yeah,
Todd
they fired
McShay.
some-
So
yeah.
you didn't know that, but you just named off
Todd
four.
McShay.
No, I knew it. I was kidding. I was trying to, because he brought it up.
Is Orlovsky still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he make the cut?
So I always go back and
Who
forth.
else was McShay? Was another one?
Yeah, there was.
Pollock did college
Oh, yeah.
football.
Yep.
Yeah.
You think Stephen A is going to go out the door?
I don't know. No.
You don't think so?
I mean, he's probably making a ton.
I
of
heard
money.
ESPN's being bought by the Saudis anyway. Doesn't matter.
I don't.
It doesn't.
Where'd you hear that?
I have my sources
Yeah.
on the internet. On the internet.
Your Rubik's Cube coach.
No, I don't have a coach. I can coach you, though.
I'm good.
Coach both you guys.
I'm sorry. We
I'll get you to
interrupted.
the daisy.
No, we interrupted him. He's going into.
No, I wanted to talk a little fantasy football. It's
We need to talk a
becoming
little.
that time of the year. You guys are getting your phones out. I don't have
because
my
you
phone.
sent us documents and I never looked at them.
Well,
Thank you. Me neither.
so I think we can all probably agree that the trend is moving more towards the wide receiver is a little more
I think it's
flashy
the way
than the running back.
yeah.
offenses are going, though.
Okay.
I think it's maybe because the college quarterback or the college games moved that way, and you probably want to play to your quarterback strengths. I mean, you've seen a lot of mobile guys, not a lot of pocket guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be the way the game's been going. But yes, I think that's what has made it a receiver, like a more impacts
I
on
think
receiver.
This draft specifically, or this year
For
now,
fantasy
these last
drafts.
couple of years, yeah. But this fantasy draft this year is going to be more wide receiver heavy in the front end. You're not going to get those guys in the 7th, 8th round as, you know,
Well, I think
bargains.
the last couple
You're
years,
going to have to pay for them now.
I think the last couple of years it has been, other than maybe your like McCaffrey's. Because there was David Johnson was always going one. There was a time where it was McCaffrey always going. Dalvin Cook was in the top couple. Derrick Henry. It was running back heavy, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To maybe
so now
the last
it's kind of shifted
couple
to the
years.
wide receivers. So what I wanted to talk about is like the top 10 ADP right now in fantasy football. You've got Jefferson, number 1. Okay. Do you guys argue that, or do you think
That's what it says right now, right? It's
yeah, but I want to talk about what we think.
Jefferson number 1. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I agree.
Do you feel like he's going to go down at all with the addition of Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson being there a full year? They're going to get Madison carries. Dalvin Cook's gone. It's kind of a different offense than it's been in the past.
Wait, so who was the first name you said? Was it Madison you said?
Jordan Addison, yeah.
Addison.
From USC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he replaced Thielen.
I think if there's more weapons, it only helps Jefferson.
You think so?
Yeah, because then they can't just double him up all the time, and he has to make these miraculous catches.
I think it helps the team more than him, maybe though.
Yeah.
I think if
I
they can isolate him and lock down him, and
I called him as the number 1 receiver last year. If Jamar Chase stays healthy, he's going to be the number 1 overall. At the end of the day, when fantasy's over, the Burrow-Chase connection is...
He's got a better QB.
He does.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, 1 foot... He's still their quarterback,
So we
right?
can say they're 1A, 1B.
I think that's fair.
Okay. This is where it gets kind of tricky for me. Who's number 3? In your guys' opinion?
I would put Stephon Diggs. I know what this says, but I think Diggs.
I'm gonna go with your Dolphin. I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill. I think he will go off this year.
Yeah, I also think it's Tyreek Hill, but I like Stephon Diggs as well.
My only fear with Diggs is, I mean, there has to be some truth to all the stuff that's coming out, and is he really that frustrated, or have they gotten over it?
It's a non-issue, Burns.
There's a lot of
Allen came out on Bussin' with the Boys and said it's a non-issue.
Well, yeah. So I mean, I get that he's going to say that, but there had to be something there.
Him and McDermott were button heads. But I like Diggs in the top 5.
Yeah,
here's the guys that worry me a little bit. And Hill, why he doesn't worry me, whether, we're going to talk about Tua all the time this year.
The 2 hour.
The 2 hour.
New and improved 2 hour.
But even if he doesn't quarterback, I mean, on 8-yard outs, Tyreek Hill can take him 80 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's going to be successful no matter who's throwing the ball to him. The ones that get me are Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. I would be scared to death picking at the tail end of the first round and having to look at those two guys, staring at those two guys in the face. That
but
you could wrap around, and you could get both of them. Let's just, it probably won't happen because I think a lot of people are going to believe Devontae Adams' last year was highly productive, as good or better than any of the years that he had with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he had 15 touchdowns, So is he going to do that with Jimmy, though?
Yeah, that's the rough part. What about Cooper Kupp? What, because he was injured?
I'm not worried
off of injury?
so much about Kupp. I'm more worried about Stafford. If Stafford is not healthy 100%, Kupp is downgraded quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree with
because their backup situation is awful.
I think I would go Devontae over Kupp if that's what you're asking.
I would agree.
Jake?
I mean, he's
I agree
proven
with
it now
that.
with 2 quarterbacks. If Jimmy G's there, I think that he'll be sufficient enough to get him the ball. Again, with Jimmy G, you have injury issues too. So
yeah.
who's
I
the
think
backup?
Devontae's my 4 and Diggs would be 5 if I had to do it. And then it's who's the rest on that list? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10?
6 is CeeDee Lamb. 7's Devontae Adams. 8's A.J. Brown. 9, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And 10 is Garrett Wilson. Who I'm like, so
well, let's take those
I was
guys
thinking
one at a time.
You were talking about Kupp and Devontae. If A.J. Brown and, say, Garrett Wilson are also there, is that what you're talking about? Where
I'm taking A.J. Brown.
over the Cup or
Over Cup, and probably not over Devontae. Yeah.
I'm not taking A.J. Brown over either one.
Really? Why?
No, because if Stafford's healthy, the floor of Cooper Kupp is super high. We already know what his ceiling is. His ceiling is an MVP season that just goes absolutely berserk, that just wins fantasy leagues, right? But he was on pace for like 132 catches before he got hurt.
Yeah. No, I like Kupp.
And 1,500 yards and probably 10-plus touchdowns. So he worries me. But if I'm at the end of that draft and he happens to fall, I'm taking him, but I'm not going to reach in like the 5th pick.
Because
I'm going to take a running back.
Your fear is Stafford, not Kupp. So even with the backup quarterback, you feel like Kupp's still more productive than most.
If Stafford isn't healthy, he drops way down into the 2nd round to me. If it comes out in the preseason that Stafford's elbow is still bothering him and all that, I'm not drafting him early.
It's not. That's not the case. Stafford's there, but then in the middle of the season he gets hurt. Do you still feel like Cooper Kupp is more productive?
Because you're drafting him based on the fact that Stafford is healthy at that point when you're drafting him. So you would have to.
What's the knock on A.J. Brown for you?
Nothing. I love A.J. Brown. He's probably number 7 on the list. But I don't think I take him over, who was it, Kupp and
Devontae.
Adams? No. They've proven it over and over.
when they have Cup here at 4 and Devontae at 7, with CeeDee Lamb and Diggs in between.
CeeDee Lamb is way up there too. He should be in the top 10, probably top 8.
Do you think with Garrett Wilson now having Aaron Rodgers that elevates him into a top 7 by the end of the year?
I personally don't. I like Garrett Wilson. He had a really good year with 2 shitty quarterbacks. He was pretty much the only option. You know, they had a running game till Breece Hall got hurt. That's when he got majority of his production, is when they were running the ball and had leads. But later in the year, he got shut down some. He had a couple big games, but...
Well, and they were also... Listen, their quarterback situation was...
Yeah. I mean, does
That
he
plays a role.
elevate him? Does Aaron Rodgers elevate
Does he
Garrett
get him
Wilson?
into
Yes.
that top?
I don't think he gets him in the top 10.
Would you take Jalen Waddle over him?
They're right there
Yeah.
next to each other. I mean,
Do
I
you
think
think
they're on
Ross-
the same... Ra's better than both. I
you-
would take him on Ross St. Brown over both those guys. He never has a bad game.
So you think his
When he's
9...
on the
do you think
field-
his 9's too low?
Possibly. He could end up being a top 5 guy, I think.
For the way that offense runs,
My
yeah.
sleeper this year, though, is T. Higgins. And I know I went out on a limb and said Jamar Chase. It's not that big of a limb, but I think he is going to be the number 1 overall. But Burrow is going to get Higgins the ball.
He
He needs to get paid. Higgins needs to get paid. They want a long-term deal. If they can keep that trio together, I think they're going to get rid of Joe Mixon. They'll get some younger talent coming in, and they'll pay T. Higgins.
You know, looking at
And then T. Higgins goes crazy.
looking at or thinking about, like, not I want to say bottom tier receivers, but like, so guys are super high on like a DK Metcalf who now has company, or like a guy like OBJ going to play with Lamar Jackson. Does that help his stock? Like, there's some different things at receiver where maybe people aren't paying it or going to pay attention to when the draft starts going to maybe that.
I think an OBJ is a guy that you can wait and get in like the 9th, 10th round. And he's your 5th wide receiver. I wouldn't start him.
Like Michael Thomas has been out of the picture the last
Same.
few years.
But
But
they're in the same category.
I like if he's healthy, finally. And Carr, I think that's a good, that division's not the best.
Yeah.
Like, there could be something there too where people might back of their mind stash or at least pay attention to
I
as a
drafted
draft.
him last year. I thought he was going to come out and
I
he had a
mean,
couple good games.
the
and
last couple of
again.
years we've kind of been waiting for that.
But Olave's a stud, dude. Olave's in
Yeah,
that
he's
top
good.
15, top
Yeah.
13. He's good.
Yeah.
Drake London is another sleeper. I'm worried about the quarterback situation in Atlanta, but he's a special talent, and he's their number 1 choice. Then you got Kyle Pitts.
Which they're
So,
saying
I don't-
he's supposed to go off this year, right? Or could go off.
I
They say that
was a
every year.
huge Pitts guy
Yeah.
because he's a Florida Gator,
That's the Pitts.
and then he came out and was just going crazy his rookie year, and then totally sucked last year.
yeah.
I think he had 1 touchdown,
yeah, that's
maybe
brutal.
or 2.
No bueno.
was horrible.
But
while we're on the Falcons, Bijan Robinson.
I got a sleeper too.
What do you got?
Fucker.
Go ahead.
Hey, fucker.
Listen, fucker. Go ahead.
No,
It's your turn now.
I mentioned it to Jeff. I haven't talked to you, but with the Niners, with the Christian McCaffrey,
Is he a sleeper though, Jake?
I mean, you had Jamar
Debo.
Chase. Debo's not in the top 10.
Should he be
in the top 20?
Should he be?
I'm saying, does he have that type of year this year?
Top 16.
No, I don't think he does. Top 15 potential, yes. Top 20, definitely. Top 10, no. I don't think so. There's a lot of mouths to feed over there.
Well, and their quarterback situation isn't dialed
Well, Purdy's
in
going to
yet.
start. He'll be the starter there.
Yeah. But that's the one thing that he's not completely proven yet. I think he should get the shot and be able to do it, but he's not proven. So that's a...
What do you think about that? You think he's proven?
I mean, it's a small sample size, but
I mean, how many games do you have to have?
What was he, 6-1, 7-1?
Yeah.
So,
7 or 8 and 1
They can game plan
Right out of
for him.
bed?
to the NFC Championship.
With
nobody
one of the
game
best
planned for
head
him,
coaches in football, with a really good defense and a lot of offensive weapons.
Hey, I'm not saying I don't want him to succeed.
That team
or
is
that he's
not.
good.
That team is not built
You don't
around.
like the Niners.
Do I like the Niners?
No, you don't.
No,
like
I
the
do
Niners.
not.
No, because
Yeah.
they
So that's
own
why you're
the
saying.
Packers.
True statement.
That's Niners. It's
I
Levi Stadium 2 over there.
Brock Purdy's the real deal.
I hope so.
I think he's a smart kid. He managed the game really well. He's in the perfect system to be very good. I think he'll be
I agree,
fine.
but he's still not completely proven.
Fantasy. Okay, if you're in a 2-quarterback league, does he get drafted? Yes, he probably does. But I think he's 20 and below, maybe.
And so
when it
that-
comes to
that-
production, I don't think he's throwing 35 touchdowns
Right.
and north of that.
And so that leads into, will Debo be as productive if he's not as productive? We just don't know. But I think that
Yeah, if Debo's
he's-
healthy, he's one of the best. So I'll
Well,
give you that, Jake. I mean, he has the potential to be a top 10 guy. I just don't see it.
yeah,
Based on the way they used him last year.
well, especially with McCaffrey there now, like he does a lot of what Debo does.
But Bijan Robinson is getting all this hype coming out of Texas. And the kid is very, very good.
yeah, you were hyping him too, right?
I am hyping him. In mock drafts, he's going as the number 5 pick. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
The hype's there. I mean, I'm not going to get him. So
Well, I mean, in any league, right? If you have a random draft order and he's there at 5, is he somebody you're considering there?
I guess it depends on what type of league it is. Like our dynasty league, and those that don't know the settings of it, but at yes, the way we play that league and that league set up, yes, he's my first pick in that draft.
Okay, let's just say it's a standard league and redraft every year. You can't keep anybody, and he's the 5th pick.
Standard PPR league.
Yeah,
What wide receivers are still there?
the 4 that went in front of him.
So you
Probably
think all
not.
4 go?
Well, you got to
I'm
figure,
probably
okay,
taking a wide
let's just
receiver.
figure it this way. Chase is gone. Jefferson's gone. McCaffrey's gone. 4 is a wild card. We'll just use Devontae right there. And you're sitting at the 5th pick.
Yeah, I'm probably still taking a wide receiver at this point.
Yeah, I am too.
yeah.
I just think people are crazy to get this hyped up
Yeah.
about a rookie who
Especially a
plays
rookie
for the
running
Atlanta
back.
Falcons.
Yep.
Yeah, I know they run a lot.
But you gotta
Artie likes to
establish.
run.
Artie.
Yeah, he likes to
Well,
run.
you don't have an established quarterback, so you're gonna
Yeah.
run the ball. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you got 2 big guys. You got Pitts and London that are huge that are going to cause a bunch of attention and havoc for defenses, but their line's pretty good. But are they really going to be ahead a lot so he can get a
Right.
ton of carries? Are you going to get that 25 carry workload that everybody thinks he's going to get? I don't think so. I think the Falcons are going to be down a lot.
they're gonna have to throw.
So
the
I
ball.
think it's crazy that people are even considering him
Projecting
as
him.
Yeah, I think that's
high.
high.
overall.
Yeah.
It's a bit early.
What running back would you take 5 before him.
I would take Eckler in
Okay,
front of him.
yeah.
I
McCaffrey.
would take Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry,
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey for sure. McCaffrey in front of those three guys.
Yeah, I would take McCaffrey.
What about, so
Maybe
then
not.
let you get a Javonte, Brees Hall.
I would probably gamble and take Bijan Robinson there.
What about the kid in Seattle?
Kenneth Walker,
Yeah.
I'd take Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, he was hurt most of last year, right? Walker.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
Brees Hall coming off the ACL doesn't scare me at all. I think he's going to go crazy.
Yeah,
he was
that
really good.
they're
Jets are
set
going to
up.
be very good.
Yeah,
Jets are going to be good.
JE.
They're not going to win the Super Bowl,
No,
but they're going to be good.
the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, there's another one that's supposed to be making his way back to the field, and that's Calvin Ridley.
That's going to be fascinating to
Is
watch.
that one that like people may forget about in the draft? And
Not this guy.
well, no, I'm just saying in general. People,
I love Calvin Ridley.
Where is he at? I
Kevin
think I know.
Ridley.
Kevy. San Diego?
No, he's in
No.
Jacksonville.
I was testing you guys. Good job.
Yeah, he's in Jacksonville,
I
which
think
is
that's
going
a
to
good
be a
fit.
very,
Yeah,
very good team.
that's a good call. Even when you go back to the top 10.
I believe on Watch Your Lips, we called the Jaguars as a sleeper team last year.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm
believe
sure
we did.
100%.
They're not sleeping this year.
No, they're
not sleeping.
No, I don't think so. I think
And in
everybody's
fact, if
bringing
I
it.
didn't put them in my AFC wild card, I'm going back
Going
and I'm
to
putting
change
them
it?
in right now
Oh shit!
because they're that good.
Who would you have picked to win that division?
I think I did pick Jacksonville.
I think we
you
all did, actually.
Yeah, I think
Okay, so never mind. They're making
Not
never
the
mind. Never
Viking.
mind. That's the Viking.
Hey, do you guys have any heaters? Anything to I got it. The home run derby selection came out.
I saw that. The brackets came out today.
Yeah,
The bracket show.
So every article that I read, it only had 6 names on it, and then
No, there's 8.
there wasn't till tonight. I went to like 4 articles and it named 6 players, and then I got the bracket and there's 8 now. But I mean, do you think? I told Chad, hit or die partner, where's the 90s when you need them? Not that Pete Alonso is not fantastic or Vlad's not going to, and maybe it's going to be a great home run derby, but maybe not judge a book
lost-
by its cover.
Well, the home run derby lost a lot in like the middle 2010 eras, right? Like the 10 in the teens.
Was it Luis Robert?
I do have a heater.
Garcia from Texas, Randy Arozarena, Vlad, Mookie Betts,
Yeah, I just don't care.
Julio Rodriguez, and Pete
I
Alonso.
like Julio.
Yeah, Julio and
I think
Pete.
it's a rough matchup for Pete Alonso, although I think he's going
Who's
to
he
win.
up? Who's he up against?
Julio Rodriguez in Seattle.
Oof.
Wait, that they're leading it off.
They're against each other.
I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
The first, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
But
tough.
I still like Pete Alonso.
That's stupid of the major leagues.
Yeah, why
to
would
do
you
that.
put that's anytime I don't know.
Yeah.
Considering Alonso's won it twice already, I don't know. I just thought it was
Yeah.
One, what's his name from Seattle didn't he hit like a record in one round or something?
And then he lost.
Yeah,
Still,
he
yeah.
lost, but like they're the two.
Yeah, he had like
dogs.
40 something,
I mean,
didn't
they're
he?
the two.
last
It
year.
was nuts. It's fun. I mean, I've liked watching it the last couple of years, but I don't know. It's just different. When we were kids, man, that was the thing. And what sucked is you couldn't record it. So if you missed it,
Yeah.
you had to watch it either like later that night or the next day.
Right.
Which wasn't the same because everybody's
Yeah.
like, oh, McGuire won.
see the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Griffey.
Shut up,
Yuck ball, Griffey. Yeah.
idiot. That was summertime.
But
Sorry.
I do have a heater though. It's not really a heater. It's something I actually saw on Facebook. And there was a post and I agreed with it 100%, that this guy, I don't know if you know who Coach Lyle is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was on his page. And anyway, he said, I feel sorry for the kids that are growing up now. And basically it was a picture of the Sandlot and how that's died. Okay, so that whole movie, when you watch it as a kid, we all watched it as kids. Okay, we watch it now and we're baseball fans. I'm sure you feel the same way you did when you watched it as a kid.
Love that. Yeah.
The heater is, we used to go out and play wiffle ball, home run derby. I can't even say smear the
Smear the dude.
Smear the
Yeah,
guy. over
smear the
there.
guy.
Smear that dude.
right?
Yeah.
Tackle football, basketball, butts up. I mean, all of it, right?
Yeah.
And these kids do none of that now.
Aggressive inline skating.
Yeah. Rails, berms,
Rails.
curbs, red curbs.
Loading docks.
Just walking to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee.
A Slurpee. Yeah.
But I mean, we grew up in Madera, California. For those of you that aren't from Madera, it was very much like the Sandlot.
Yeah.
Like
no, I remember
all the kids
watching-
we grew up with that we played Little League with. We went out to the Little League park. Hey,
Yep.
there were no cell phones. Everybody's on the landline calling like, "Hey, we're going to the park at 10. Meet us at 10." Right? And you make
Or you made
15 phone calls.
your plans during the school week, like in school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever.
And for 4th of
everybody,
July, you'd be in somebody's pool watching the fireworks
Yeah.
or at the fairground. Yeah.
but everybody showed up.
Yeah, there's not
know?
that camaraderie anymore.
No, it
At all.
sucks. So my heater's like, we talk about technology and how shitty it is for the youth, but it would be awesome to see kids out actually doing something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, how often do we drive by neighborhoods and they're actually doing that?
very rarely.
Yeah. Not,
Right?
Very rarely.
And I mean, to the extent we did, I'm talking 5-6 hours. So
Oh, dude, it would be all day.
Right,
Yeah,
or all day.
in the summer. I mean, it would spending the night and starting it up the next day.
yeah, it just,
And the video
bugs
game,
me.
like the video games didn't draw us back to the house. Like at the end of the day, yeah, we may play, but we were probably so tired we didn't. We did like the video games when we were younger, but
why the Sandlot was so popular is because everybody could relate as a youth, right?
Wendy
like if your kids
Peppercorn.
watch it now, they're not going to get it like we did. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, it was a good movie."
Yeah,
No,
but
it's
I think
it's a great movie.
every generation has their our parents.
What would this generation have, Jake? What
you
kind of
know,
movie would we relate
to the
to their childhood?
to my parents, or you're talking about today's?
our kids,
Oh God, I don't know.
right? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
some kind of
saying?
hacking
No,
movie
I'm
or
just
some
I'm
kind of
just
like
saying like every
yeah.
We all
every
say it. Yeah.
generation has
Oh yeah.
their
My dad always talks about how
things
much
they enjoyed.
Yeah. But I think that you're 100% correct. You don't see that like camaraderie. You don't see the like neighborhood friends or whatever it is, or you're on a baseball team together, so you're going to hang out all year long.
Dude, if I drove by a neighborhood and I saw a bunch of kids out playing in the street, I would immediately go to the liquor store and buy tons of Gatorade, bubble gum, or whatever, and just drop it off
Yeah.
to those kids. Some like small gesture like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is what you should be doing.
I agree.
But instead,
good
they're
for
doing
you.
doing this shit all the
And
time.
we all do it too. That I think that's the hard part as adults and parents. Like we fall victim to this too, the phone.
Sure.
And so then it's a learned behavior by our kids, and it's really hard to break that individually, like as an individual family, because so many other families are not doing that.
So my question is, on this heater is, has the Sandlot died? Has the idea of the Sandlot died?
I don't think it's died. I think that people.
I just don't think it lives in certain areas. Just some
You
places.
think in other like rural areas,
Yeah.
like
I think that's a
It's-
good, fair point.
it's still there?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's a fair point.
It's not everywhere, but it's not dead, but it's not booming either. But I agree. I drive by our old.
We had 30 guys out playing home run derby
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
Little
all the
League Park.
time. You'd have a couple behind the fence so that
Right.
you could get the balls
Right.
in faster.
Chagger, somebody would pitch.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and then we do teams.
Yeah.
Over the line, I mean, capture the flag, just different things like that. The kids just don't do, man. It bothers me. It's like,
Yeah,
Get
it's a
out and
tough
do
thing.
something.
It is. It's a very tough thing. And then you see like the health of our country even going down, right?
Right.
Like the general health, because they're not out doing that
I mean,
stuff.
they're doing cocaine now.
in
Yeah.
the White House.
And hookers.
I didn't see that part
I
of the
didn't.
story.
That hasn't
but
come out yet.
They
It's coming
I'll-
out.
Yeah,
you know.
I'll let
Okay,
you.
yeah.
I'll let you guys know. When
He's got
it's-
the
when
bug.
it's fair. Hey, how about this? Last night I was sitting there, and I think this just makes me old, but fireworks, right? It was 4th of July last night, and I'm like, this feels like the start of The Purge. You've seen that movie, The
No.
Purge?
I don't
No?
think so.
Never mind.
It's the day with like no rules.
No rules, so they're coming to your door,
No
like
laws.
shooting people. Yeah, it's just lawlessness. It's crazy.
Hmm.
And last night was the first time I'm like, this feels like somebody could come through my door with a shotgun and, try and rape me.
It's gotta go there. Why? They don't need a shotgun. Never mind. I would be more worried. Jeff,
Jake,
Burns.
Burns, watch it.
Oh.